So welcome to the fourth video of the series 100 Days, 100 Brands, 100 Stories. There are thousands of brilliant brands out there constantly changing the world, and this is one of them. Today you're going to learn about a tech brand led by a tech-savvy man and his inspiring story. So I'm here with Aaron. He is the founder of the brand OpenOnions. So before I give the mic to you, sorry, you already have the mic, but before I give the platform to you, let me tell about you to the public. So Aaron is originally from Beijing, China. He completed his bachelor's in arts and bachelor's in engineering from University of Beijing. He came to Australia in Sydney in the year 2021 March for his master's in engineering at UNSW, and with relevant experiences through his tenure at university, he has eventually built his own startup that is OpenOnions. So welcome to the podcast series, Aaron, and please tell us about your brand.
Yeah, thank you so much for your introduction. So basically, OpenOnion have several times of pivot. If earlier, like last year, you asked me what is OpenOnion, I would say like it will be decentralized community, AI for decentralized community. But I pivoted several times. Last year, I kind of a partnership with some of UNSW's department, like did AI kind of to answer student question, right? So that one finally got like 1,000 users, but the pay rate is quite low. So 1,000 users, only 4 users pay for our product. Then we pivoted to something is about like finding jobs or etc. And finally, we tend to directly utilize our low-level SDK, provide for 2B business. Basically, our product is very simple. It's a language for AI. We human beings talk with each other, right, using natural language. But artificial intelligence is definitely different, right? It is more faster than human being, and it can talk parallelly. It's not like a single thread. So all of like these different features led us to build a different tech stack than the traditional natural communication way. So yeah, that is what we are building. So basically, we build some infrastructure to facilitate AI to collaborate with each other. That's what we are doing now. Yeah.
But I was really intrigued by the name OpenOnions.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with this name? And specifically, is it something about like the layer onion has, or something about transparency?
Yeah.
So what was that one thing you wanted to expose or make clear that others aren't seeing?
Yeah. And for the names, I know like a lot of people asking me that question, like why you named it OpenOnion. Basically, I will tell different stories. But today I'll tell you the true story. So originally we tell other people like why we name it OpenOnion, because nowadays AI doesn't have opinion, right?
Yeah.
So our AI have an opinion because it's AI for community. It's very authentic. It have an opinion. But the real reason is, actually when you think about name, think about branding. I want that brand nobody use, and it is really good for SEO. That word must be a very simple word. People will not spell it incorrectly. So I choose the word OpenOnion. Nobody uses it. Right. When you combine them together, and if you search it in Google, right, you will find it will be the first result.
Oh, nice.
Because nobody combined that two words together, and everybody will spell it correctly. So that, yeah, I choose that.
Okay. Yeah. And what's with the color? Like, because I know that onion is purple, but also it's different colors that the market is coming with. But purple, like a color, represents luxury and represents royalty, creativity. So is that what something attracted you for choosing that color, or was it something different that hits your tone?
About the color palette, actually, I don't spend too much time about color palette, because purple have different shade of purple, right?
Right.
And also you can use different accent color to emphasize some text or etc. You always can use same color, create different vibes. I think back at that time is Vicky is one of my friends who is doing design in USW too, and she just gave me a suggestion, right? Onion is purple, and the green, right? Can emphasize a lot of stuff, and also can works for whatever, your dashboard, your landing page, or everything. So she just said to me, okay, directly use purple. I think, okay, fine.
Then my next question, every brand begins with a hunch. Let's go back to the very first layer before the logo, before the pitch decks. What was happening in your life when OpenOnion became an idea worth chasing?
Yeah. I guess the most earliest story will be 2014. Back at the time, like mobilization is really popular.
Right.
And there's a lot of things happened when I was uni, when I pursued my bachelor degree. A lot of my friends, they did their own startup. They got investment, that is 2014. They built some small applications like for e-commerce or for whatever, for social media. And like as we can observe, like 99% of startup, they bankrupted, right? So most of them are failed. So after they fail, I found a phenomenon I'm really angry about. It's like some investors, they require them, the funders, to sell user data. Sell user data for some green industry, or like, not as people receive a scam call, right? Because they have some like industry, black industry, like they buy this kind of data and scam people, etc. Also, sometimes they just do the advertisement, right? Advertisement is more harmless, but some of them just do the scam or etc. Scam call, etc. So I really hate this kind of scenario happened. But how to solve that problem? Because like my major is information security, and I really care about my personal privacy. And from 2014 till 2018, I found that people more and more have to sign up for a platform, give you a mobile phone, give you a name, or etc. to use the service. So I try to find personal ways to solve the problem. I use some fake ID or fake phone numbers to sign up some platform. But it's kind of work for me, but sometimes also not very convenient, and also for other people. So I just want to structurally solve the problem. So how to structurally solve the problem? Different people give us different solutions. Some are very radical. Some use other ways to solve the problem. For example, Sir Lee, the inventor of like the web, right? The
inventor of what?
Inventor of web, 3W. Yeah.
Okay.
Sir Lee, just web, World Web. He started a project named Solid. Solid is use a centralized way to have all people's information, but when specific application need user information, need authenticated from that application Solid, but you can revoke it when you want to, like, okay, I don't want to use this platform anymore. I can revoke it. And also other solutions. Yeah, a lot of things but finally, not a very convenient way to solve the problem, because a lot of service is biting with machine learning, biting with people's data a lot. The more data you have, the more accurate you will get.
Right.
So yeah, then until 2023, I found the intelligence. ChatGPT 3 published. It's a really big thing, huge thing for me. I see the path because of artificial intelligence, because of that intelligence, people can more and more shift the data processing from server side to client side. So all the data can be saved to the client side instead of in a remote server.
Right.
I found, oh wow, this is a big trend. I have to grab this kind of trend. Then I started my journey. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's true when you shared that companies do sell data, and I think that's still happening today. And I think, and now it's AI is taking over. Like people are interacting with AI, entering their details, uploading their photo for that. What was that trend which went viral? That animated photo that created you. That was a big trend on Instagram that went viral.
Yeah.
So a lot of things are happening with AI, and it's getting like at a crazier level.
Yeah, but I want to make a claim, like,
Okay.
what I'm doing is not like stop people selling data, but I want to kind of have a tool or leverage to let people can negotiate with big companies. For example, like you posted a lot of things into Facebook, right?
Right.
Actually, you're doing work for Facebook.
Right.
And also you search for Google, right? Actually, that data is doing work for Google. You label some data for Google, right? Like nowadays, Scale AI, right? Scale AI selling a lot like label the data to the OpenAI for them to train data. You actually do work for them, but you don't know that. So what I do is like I just create some tools, let the data only be collected locally. When you wanted to sell to the like big companies, right? They need to pay you money, right? Instead of like they just collected without any like cost. Yeah.
Building something that feels simple is often the hardest thing.
Yeah.
What was that most unexpected challenge while building OpenOnion, and what were the struggles you had to go through?
Oh, that's a lot of story to tell. I guess like one unexpected things is like you don't know the correct way to build it. Sometimes you maybe can feel it, but you don't know which way is the correct path. For example, originally what I want to build is OpenOnion is an AI for USW, right? For USW community. So after I build it, it's totally running on the client side. So it's an AI models running on your mobile phones.
Right.
I'm imagining like once we have like 1,000 users, so we can build a mesh network. Let people's mobile phone connect with each other. So after that, what we get? We get one application. You can use it without internet. So it's totally without internet, but you can still use the service. So no data will be leaked, and every data will keep it on your mobile phones. Yes, it can work, but I don't expect people will not pay for that. And so then I pivot, and then I discuss with others what kind of other ways can make that be really more useful. And before that, I never considered about two-build business because I think like B2B business is very slow. It's hard to hard to have a lot of users, right? But they are more willing to pay for that. So I think that pivot is really important pivot. So I can use the same technology, same tech stacks, but I serve for the business part, and also when my client, right, my customer, they serve for their clients, they can use a more privacy protection mode, to use it. I guess maybe that is something I don't expect. I never think about it. I will do the B2B business. Yeah.
So it's just B2C currently, but you will be diving or going into the direction of B2B as well.
Yeah, I already tend to B2B. So
nice.
2 weeks ago, I already have several like customers is from 2
It's like basically integrating into their systems and personalizing it for them.
Like nowadays, a lot of people are still building agents, right? So my customer is the people who are building agents.
Okay.
So specifically, is people who are building agents without database. So when you are building an agent, actually you don't need a database. The agent can run it on the client side without a database. All the data, what do you need? So you think about like what a user really need, right? So if you're using your LinkedIn, right, you only need your personal resume and some contact information. Why like LinkedIn still have a central database? Because they sell it in a different way. They sell user data to advertisement companies or etc. So my client is a different client, a different way. They may use another way to charge users, right? But they don't need to collect user data. So they can build a agent without database. So I think, that's a difference.
Let's talk about AI.
Yeah.
And but not the shiny part. In a world where everyone is having mixed opinions about AI, what are the blind spots do you think people are still ignoring, and how is OpenOnions trying to solve that?
The things I think people ignore is like the gap between different companies collaborate with each other. So like Cursor will never collaborate to company like me, right? So because they are a so big company and I'm a so small like startup, they will never collaborate with me. But for the users, they want them collaborate together. For example, if I'm going to write a script for social media, I want to use Cursor to write some very good like image, like web images, or like write some draft of the script, and use some other tool like ChatGPT, Sora, or other like social media or like video generated tool to generate the video. but they will not collaborate with each other. It's really hard for them. If somebody can solve the collaboration issues, it will be a really huge business. Yeah.
But yeah, there are certain blind spots, and people have to keep a knowledge of that, because it's happening at a very fast pace currently,
Yes.
and that's very true. And since we are living in a world where trusting AI isn't very easy, because I have heard from my networks in people in the companies they work in, they still don't work with AI. They feel that it's not humanized.
Yeah.
But there is a hype to it.
Yeah.
There is a hype, there is a fear, there is a noise. In that kind of landscape, how do you design OpenOnion to feel clear and trustable?
I think it's because of data. For example, like if your data, for example, if you post something to LinkedIn, right? You worry about the privacy issue because the data is saved in the Seattle server.
Right.
You never know like how this company are going to operate your data, right? But if you already know like the data will saved on your mobile phone or local devices, people will not worry about it. For example, like we came to the uni every day or we came to work every day, you don't worry about like, okay, your company's people around you know your face. It's a leak of my image or leak of my birthday's date information. It's only because like privacy is, you don't want everyone to know it, or you don't want like a specific group of people to know it. You maybe only want to your friends know it or your family know it. So what the OpenOnion is doing is I would like package the name the Connect Onion, but what the OpenOnion is doing is make sure you only give the data you want to give. Otherwise, it's default keep your own devices.
And when did it click that this thing you're building is actually needed? And because I know it's been a year or 2 years for OpenOnions to start building, and it's just in UNSW, you said, right? It's sort of growing out of UNSW as well. So, but still, like, what was that thing that made it to that this is why we are building this, or this is why it's actually needed? And maybe there can be a client reaction, maybe there can be a moment of silence that I've said everything.
Like customer reaction will be like somebody didn't realize like they don't need a database.
Okay.
So for example, I like 2 weeks ago I met with another startup founder. They named it Pitch Up. So and also another company, they are doing like education. I always start with ask a question like, why your application need a sign up? Why you need like people to register? You as a product manager or as a designer or as a founder, you definitely know like more steps you created, less users will use your product, right? But why you still create, like the sign up process? Even you are building agent product, right? AI agent product. People just give me reasons. Oh, I still need a statistic. I need this and that, a lot of things. I need newsletters. But after we have discussions, people thought, wait, what? I don't need that, right? I don't need a sign up. I just directly deliver the value. Because nowadays application, especially agent application, is different than traditional agent application. Traditional application, because why you need a register and sign up? Code, you need a key for the database, right? You need to hook the key to the database to get the ability. But you already have an AI inside of the application. It can do anything. Even like you need a statistic. You can set up a specific time to send a statistics to the backend or etc. You definitely don't need the whole registration like process. You just deliver a service and let your users to pay for that, right? You don't need any other data, and you already have intelligence. Yeah.
You said that we don't need data. So, but for analyzing, or let's say if I'm a marketer who wants to personalize some content for anyone, whatever, who is my customer or client or whatever. So for that, I would be needing some inputs from them. So that input is usually the data, right? But without that input or without that data, how will I know what they want?
Of course, you still can have. But why you still need why we need a registration?
Okay.
Some because you need to protect because you need a registration, you need an account and password.
Right.
You need that password to protect your information not be leaked from database.
Right.
But your information is saved on the client side, so there's no chance to leak it. So you didn't save the important information to the server side, so you don't need to protect it. Okay, let's say like about the marketing information or statistic information, right? We need to understand our customer. We need to understand their behavior. Then you could, of course, you still could to send the statistic information to the backend, right? But you don't need a registration. You just use the ID to represent this is that user, and collect the user interaction. Maybe click this button, that button,
Okay.
and after clicking all that information, maybe schedule it. Maybe after per week or per month or per day, to send that to the backend, and you can check user Power BI or whatever visualization stuff. So basically, you can get rid of a database, yeah, or even Excel. You can check it. In the early days, especially early days, you don't have a lot of users, right? Only 100 users. Why you need to set up a database and hire someone who is DB manager or who is backend engineer? Basically, you set up the server side stuff. Maybe you use Firebase or maybe you use Excel. Maybe only a file. Just let the front end deposit. Backend have that file. You download it. You check it. That's done. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And I see the passion in your eyes and the way you spoke and everything. So thanks for sharing that, Aaron.
Yeah.
So this is a bit of tricky question. If you were the target audience, not the founder, so what would have been the point or the thing that would have attracted you towards OpenOnions, and like why would you buy their services if you were the target audience?
Yeah. If I'm the target audience, first I think like I can build things more quickly.
Okay.
For example, traditionally, if you hire some people to do it or do it by yourself, normally it needs maybe like 1 month to build the whole MVP, right?
Yeah.
If you use mine, maybe like several hours. Because we tried. If you check my official website, OpenOnion's official website, you'll find like a lot of product, right? Actually, they are building in several hours. Just 4 hours or 5 hours, it's done. MVP is done. Then you can verify it with your customer or like verify or like get investment from your investors. So it's really quick, and also it default like free you from a lot of cyber security stuff, because you don't save the user's data, and then you don't need to have the registration. You don't need to have a cyber security, a lot of stuff to protect your data. So you only focus on building your product. And third, I think like your AI agent default have ability to collaboration with other people, because I already have some like customers. Their AI agent can default connect with each other, collaborate with each other, because my SDK default have that kind of stuff. So basically, if you are doing business in the Sydney, maybe in the future your customer can collaborate with each other. It have network effect. Yeah.
And so we have come to the end, but I have like one question that I ask to like every founder I interact or interview with. What's that one thing that people don't see being a founder in this space? And that's part one. And part two is that what would you say to those who are like the next generation of founders or who are building or thinking to build a brand of their own?
I guess like there's a lot of way people say about how to be rich, right? The only way to be rich is you take the risk. That's the only way. And another thing I want to say, like what's the difference between people doing big things and also people who choose a more common way, maybe, is actually it's the same hard, because when I graduated, I also like entered into some like listed companies doing some jobs like machine learning engineer. But I found like sometimes if you choose the hard way, it's the same hard if you choose the easy way. So actually that's the same hard in spite of how hard it is. So why not choose the hard way? Because it have more like risk, more reward. So I think people who didn't enter into the startup world didn't see that, didn't think things that way. Yeah.
And do you think that with things getting techier day by day, people will sort of go in that comfort zone where they don't want to get out of, or never try the hard way?
People didn't aware that. People didn't aware the hard way actually is the same hard as what you are doing now. Always hard. And when you are young, actually that is not that hard. Yeah.
Youngest age where it's like a God's gift. You can do the craziest things at this age.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you said, like a comfortable zone. I guess like it's also very hard to people. For example, me, right? I always take the very risky path to do it. I don't afraid to change my ideas or change myself. But I still have my comfortable zone. So comfortable zone is not a problem. It's just people need to take the risk. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that, Aaron, with us and the audience. And you really are inspiring, and you really seem passionate about OpenOnions. So thanks for your time. And
Thank you.
yes, do follow OpenOnions and witness the story they are creating. Thank you so much.